Leisha, welcome to the cave.
Hi.
How are you? Awesome project, Locke Keys, exciting time for you.
Yes, I know it's really, really exciting. I can't believe like how many people have watched it already too.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna dive into that a little bit. I know it's one of your first big projects that like I said, we'll dive into it. One of the first things I like to ask my guests is like, how did you decide to get into the acting world? What made you go for it?
Oh, that's a great question. Actually, a lot of my family's in film and television.
Oh, wow.
It's funny because you would think that would make it easier, but it has always been like kind of a grind. Um, so it's something that is really familiar to me, just being on set and that whole dynamic. So I love performing. I went to an art school, so I was always kind of like in that world, and
Yeah,
acting just like feels right.
yeah. Well, you mentioned you're from Toronto, and right before we got on the air, you
Mhm.
said you went to school in Montreal. Is that where you went for like the acting?
Actually, no, I actually got uh, a bachelor's of fine arts at Concordia University. So I
Oh wow.
actually didn't start acting until I got my degree.
Oh wow. What made you, so like what pushed you towards it more? Because you said you got your degree in arts. So did you have like a backup plan also, just in case this wasn't going to work out for you?
Yeah, I've never really had a backup plan. Knock on wood. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to see where it could take me. I mean, I think I'm at that age where I don't have like kids or any really
Mm,
responsibilities. So I thought, like, why not follow my dreams?
yeah. Was it always the acting part, or did you think about like doing like other things like in the behind the scenes or?
Yeah, I mean, I think eventually I'd love to get into some writing or directing, but right now I'm kind of really fascinated in this craft on its own. So
Mm,
yeah, it's a slow burning candle.
yeah. What were like also like some of your favorite TV shows growing up? And is there anybody you looked up to in the acting world that you kind of like try to model yourself after?
Oh, wow. I guess my favorite actress is Betty Davis.
Okay.
She's like a really old Hollywood actress, but she's someone I always really looked up to. Her big crazy eyes and her just like super glamour
Yeah.
presence, and I always loved that kind of era when I was
Uh,
growing up.
what about like for TV? Like, what was your favorite? Some of your like favorite TV shows?
Ooh, favorite TV show growing up. I mean, I was a huge fan of The Simpsons growing up. That was always like such a comfort show. I mean, it's not very actory, but it's
Yeah.
hilarious. I mean,
Would you ever do voiceover work?
pardon?
Would you ever do voiceover if you can?
Honestly, I would probably die if I was asked to be on The
Yeah.
Simpsons. Yeah, that would be so cool. It's like being like with the Muppets, you know what I mean? It's like you've
Yeah.
you've made it in some degree.
So I was doing a little research on you. Like, I know you've worked on a few shows out in Canada and everything, and this was like Lock and Key was like your first big thing. But tell us a little bit about like the other shows you worked on.
Oh, I did some I was on Nurses. That was really cool. Canadian television, Hudson and Rex too. Yeah, so just like local stuff here. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if they play it in America.
Nurses, they do play nurses here.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think like NBC just bought them, but I'm
Yeah.
not really sure. Yeah. So yeah, that was really, really cool. It was like a nice, like, okay, like a nice dipping your toe into, the big leagues, I guess.
Yeah. And then Lock and Key happened.
Yeah, and then that happened, and I'm like, oh my God, this is insane.
So yeah, so tell us about that. Like, was that tell us about your audition and like how did you get involved with season two?
Oh, well, it's funny because actually this was like during COVID.
Okay.
So I did an audition through Zoom like this. And then like a couple weeks later, I got a call. It was actually very straightforward, but it was interesting working on a show, like a big show for the first time that was during COVID. So like
Okay.
it's like everyone's masked up, like all the protocols. So it was like a really weird experience to like you don't actually see like half the people's faces because everyone's like,
Right.
you know. But yeah, I think it was a pretty straightforward process.
Yeah. So you originally went in there for Abby?
Yeah,
Oh,
I went in for Abby. Yeah.
wow. And now after you got the role, how long was it before you actually went and started filming? What was the gap?
I think it was like a month or two.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. And then we did like a table read over Zoom with like the whole cast, which that was like crazy because I was like in my childhood like bedroom, like reading. It was just like really, yeah, yeah.
So when you got the role, like how did you prepare for it? Did you go back to watch season one? Did you even go and read the comics and everything?
Oh yeah, I did all of that for sure. I was like right on that. I mean, I really liked the show actually prior to
Okay.
finding out that I was going to be on it. So
Yeah.
it was really exciting and I love the comic books too. So it was just definitely like diving
Yeah.
into that real quick. Yeah.
Like I love the show and everything, but I was never a big comic book fan. So like, how different is your character in the comics, or was this a character that was
He's not in the comics. Yeah.
okay? Yeah, so you couldn't really go back to see how you wanted to play this character. So you kind of had like your own kind of like input into this character.
Yeah, which was really cool. And it's kind of also cool because like Abby is like very similar to me. I would say she's
Okay.
a little bit like sweeter and gentler, less klutzy. um, but yeah, it was cool to just kind of like build my own thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did the writers and the producers like ask you like how you kind of want to play this character in a way, or
Oh, it was cool because I got to work really closely with our hair and makeup team and our
okay.
wardrobe team to create like a character together. And then from there we kind of base like, I don't know, no, we kind of like created a collage together. So that was really cool.
Mm. Would you be friends with Abby if she was real?
Oh my God, yes,
Yeah.
totally. She'd be
That's
so
awesome.
sweet. She'd be like the girl who is like allows you to cheat on her test kind of person. You know what I mean? Like she'd be like, she's just like very sweet.
That's awesome. Do you have
Yeah.
any like challenges playing the character, or like what was like your favorite thing about her?
Oh, I think that my favorite thing was I getting to discover magic for the first time. Like that was really
Mm.
cool and like having to explore that. And I think that was my favorite scene we did, which was episode 2, where like Kinsey has the Hercules key and she like bends the table. And it was also fun because I got to work with like the other Savinis and we all got to really
Yeah.
collaborate together. So
Yeah, how fun is it being part of that group? The Savini, I had Jesse on last year.
oh my
Jesse
God.
Camacho.
Shout out to Jesse Camacho if he's listening. um, yeah, it was a lot of fun. We got along really, really well.
Yeah.
We're all relatively the same age and everyone's really easygoing. So we hung out
Yeah.
after work too, which was nice.
How did he welcome you to the group, Jesse? Did you know him prior to this too?
I didn't know
Okay.
anybody.
Okay.
It was kind of intimidating the first day because everyone already knew each other, and I was just like,
Yeah.
"What the heck?" And Asha was the first person I met. We drove together to set for the first day, and we instantly were like, "Oh my God, like lovers in a dangerous time." Like,
That's awesome.
yeah,
Did you get a chance to work with Halia? Also, I had her on
yeah,
last year
yeah.
also.
We did a party scene together. We never really interact, but yeah,
Yeah.
I got to like hang around and watch her go. A firecracker.
What's your favorite key? I was told to ask you this.
Oh, the anywhere key.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Dude, like if we could go anywhere, like the mileage
just
we can get.
oh my God. You just
Yeah,
blink and you're there. You're right.
I
Um,
know.
now part of the Savini Squad, what's like how would you describe like that chemistry with you guys?
Really goofy, really silly. Like we would be dancing during like our breaks and stuff.
Mm.
We're all pretty, I would say pretty close to our characters, minus Griffin, who's like not a demon at all. He's a lovely person. Yeah, our dynamic is pretty good, especially I think Jesse really held us together too because he's such a goofball. So we just got to sit back and watch him go.
Yeah. When you joined the cast and you became part of season 2, did you like there's a big like a cult following for this show. People love this show, and it was like even like the first season, it was like #1, and then season 2 appeared and you guys were trending on Netflix. Like how was it like between like interacting with like fans and even family members watching the show?
Yeah, I think the coolest thing was I have a niece who lives in Mexico, and I got a text from her being like, "Oh my God, this is so cool!" So it's really cool to see like the like my nieces and nephews really like freaking out
Yeah.
about it because like it's their demographic. And also getting messages from people all over the world, from like Brazil to like India, just being like, hi, love the show. That's like really cool to connect with people that way.
Yeah. With COVID and all the protocols, where was season 2 filmed?
Mostly in Toronto. So
Okay.
it was nice. We have a studio here that we would shoot, and some Hamilton, some Port Stanley, but mostly in Ontario.
Yeah. Now, did you have to do the whole quarantine also right before you're about to go on set? How did that work for you?
Oh God, I don't even remember. I don't think so. I did still a lot of nose swabs, lots of things at my nose for a very long time. But I don't think I did any quarantine because I'm a local here, so I wasn't traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many hours on set were you a day?
I was here and there.
Okay.
I'm a recurring, so they call me and I show up, baby.
That's right. Now, any word on season 3 yet? Have you heard anything about season 3 and about your character or anything? Or you can't tell
I
us?
heard a little something.
That's awesome.
I don't really know what I can say, but Savinis will be around.
Maybe a spinoff. Maybe we'll see a spinoff. Who knows?
Hashtag Savini spinoff. Let's go.
How would you describe the vibe on set working with the cast?
Oh my God, it was so lovely. Everyone was like so sweet, so generous. From like the crew to the cast, we all got along really well.
Yeah.
Especially for such a big show, and having been pretty established already. Everyone was just absolutely lovely.
Did you take anything from this set to remember it, just in case?
Oh my God, I should have stolen so much stuff, but I didn't do that because I got scared most of the time. I didn't want to get in trouble, but they did give me the back of my chair with Abby's name on it, and I have it framed up in my living room.
What was your favorite moment filming this season?
I think my favorite moment was definitely working with like the Savinis. We all had a really good chemistry, and we got to bounce off each other really well. So I think my favorite moment would be the scene where Gabe and Scott fight, and then we all get to like break it up. That was a really fun day.
The thing about like the Savini still, like what I've been reading online, everything, like the group has actually become like a family outside of work. They all like hang out.
Yeah, especially my boy Camacho. We see each other almost a little bit too much, to be honest with you.
There you
go. Yeah, we live really close to each other, so
that's awesome. What's next for you now? Any other projects that you could tell us that you're working on, or?
I don't know.
Can't tell us, huh?
Stay tuned and find out.
That's right. Yeah. Lastly, how can the listeners and the viewers find you on social media?
I only have one social media, and it's Lord_Leishe, and it's on Instagram, and I refuse to change it.
And why Lord? When I saw that, why Lord?
It was a name I got in university. I don't know why. It just happened and it stuck. So
there you go. Leishe, this was great. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.